quite ready to break my fast yet, but we finna hydrate. Put my clothes in the dryer. I know last live stream we had some talks about energy can't be created or destroyed, proving whatsoever people choose to believe. However, I mean, at the end of the day, even if you can't create energy, but you utilize energy to create something, that still makes you a creator. You know what I mean? I mean, the energy itself might not be conscious. You know what I'm saying? But then when you create something conscious with energy that is already there, then you have successfully created something. So all praise to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. I don't know what these people be thinking, but they be thinking whatever they want to think. All praise to the Most High. We're going to hydrate. Woo! Let's do it. It feels good to hydrate. I needed to hydrate up. I ain't gonna lie. Lately, I've been taking this vitamin B12, and yeah. One thing I can say for sure is you definitely need to drink a lot more water when you're taking vitamin B12. When you're taking vitamins in general, you need to drink a lot more water. Don't listen to what nobody say. Drink a lot more water. I can't imagine what would be going on with my body if I wasn't drinking a lot more water since I've been taking these supplements. Speaking of, the B12 doesn't require me to take it with food. It just requires me to take it with water. So let's do that. It's disgusting. Oh my god. Oh god. It's so disgusting. So since we about to start our hydrating, we also took our B12. Now, today, I'll probably drink about 250 fluid ounces of water. I'm not gonna cap. Water is gonna be my main sustenance today. I ate far too much sugar in the past 3 or 4 days. I just been eating way too much sugar. So yeah, we're gonna knock it out with a day where we drink a bunch of water. We still gonna eat some eggs. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna eat some eggs and we're gonna eat some salmon. You know what I'm saying? I might even eat a little bit of chicken today. Get them proteins in me. But we're going extremely low carb today. We're going low fats today. And we're going low everything except protein. I ain't gonna cap. Except protein and water. Now, I don't suggest this be done every single day. And we're gonna eat vegetables too, so don't worry about it. We're gonna balance it with some vegetables. But I don't suggest this be done every single day. I don't suggest a carnivore diet, or anything necessarily like it, especially when you're training and trying to get stronger. But right now we're not. We're not in the gym. We might be in the gym tomorrow. We might not be. We've been lazy as fuck lately. We've been lazy as fuck lately. And we just going, you know, regulate. I think we'll be in the gym tomorrow, but I can't guarantee it. I can't guarantee it. So we gotta get right. The only way we're gonna be in the gym tomorrow is if we wake up at like 7:38 in the morning. We gotta do it. We gotta figure out how to start waking up earlier. I think it's gonna start with going to sleep earlier, clearly. But yeah, I'm gonna attempt that tonight. I'm gonna attempt to go to sleep earlier. Cause I can't live my life this way, to be honest. I can't live my life this way. I really can't. I can't. I just can't. I've been trying, like, I've tried multiple different phases of life to, like, adjust. Nah, I need my I need my own little schedule. I need my schedule, and I need to stick to it and maintain it. It's not maybe that important to everyone else, but it's very important to me. How you doing, Rig Guy? Hope everything's going well with you, my brother. It's time to hydrate up. Believe that. It's a beautiful time to be alive. Life is what you make it, and life goes where you take it. It's time to hydrate up. It's time to discipline up. We've almost wrapped up January, and we gotta make February better than January was, and February shorter than January was. So that just means we gotta be consistent from the jump. What's up, Anonymous? What's up, Angelo? What's happening with you, Brody? Danger, danger, danger. She smashed the homies. I remember Danger. I hope everybody's having a great time. The real G is back in the chat. Capsule. Y'all be careful when Capsule in here. He will come find you. Not gonna lie. Be careful with him. She did time before. I ain't judging her, but it's low-key turning me off. Yeah, she might not be the best decision maker. You know, Angelo, I ain't gonna lie, brother. I think what throws niggas like me and you off is I feel like in the modern day, idealization of relationships from the modern mindset has the man in the position of a helpmeet. I'm gonna just say that. And I think that's what be throwing us off. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what be throwing us off. And I think that's something between us and God. You know what I'm saying? I think that's something between us and God, and we gotta figure that out between us and God. Because at the end of the day, we got people talking about because Einstein proved that energy can't be created or destroyed. In his opinion, he proved it, right? Because man's minds are limited. That now it's no creator. Like, nigga, when God said in the beginning it was just a void, could that void have not been a void of energy? Like, of what is energy on its own? See, people are so sick. People just want to believe what they want to believe, and then we get this bullshit that we are, you know, then we start to live in a life where just nothing has a real firm ground, you know? We're just everywhere with it. Like, yeah, avoided energy. Imagine that. Wow. Is that what you want to return to? Well, sounds like hell. I don't want to return to an empty void. Basing your beliefs on God off Einstein is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely. Capsule, I'm going to work later today. Shut your mouth, ho. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your life together, brother. On G-O-D, you gotta do better things than what you've been doing. Not gonna lie to you. You have to do better with your time than what you've been doing, brother. See? You supposed to be a lead out here. You supposed to be thriving for better. You supposed to be empowering. You know what I mean? Instead, you walking around dweebed out, talking crazy to another man on his live stream. Think about that. Get your life together, man. Listen, A lot of y'all, when it's all said and done, is gonna want to follow my lead because one thing for me is I'm not settling for nothing, and that's on me. I'm not settling for nothing. I already know life is gonna come with a whole bunch of opportunities that's offering me something, but is it necessarily gonna be what I can make out of my own life? Probably not. And I just gotta look at it like that, cause fuck it. At the end of the day, shit, I've been through plenty of tribulations in life, and I ain't never ever decided, oh shit, I'm too weak for this. Let me sell out. Maybe if I just, nah, fuck that. I live my life based off of shit that I read in the Bible, and it is what it is for the most part. Actually, pretty much to a T, except the fact that I haven't conquered lust, but I'm in the process. You staying home and wasting your life at the age of 37, grown ass dude. You think I'm 37? That's flattering. Thank you. Yeah, Caps, you gotta get your life together, bro. You gotta get your life together. I ain't gonna lie to you. Or I bank you up. Say I won't beat you up, brother. Say something else, bro. I'm gonna beat you up. Say I won't. You know what I'm saying? I'll get with you. And then we got Aiden hating too. See, I like it. We at like 360 something. Let's be real, Angela. Ain't this the same place where the trolls started popping off last time? Around the 300s, 400s. I love it. I love when the trolls come through. It's a beautiful time to be alive. See, the trolls came through at the 300s last time, and they got me to 1,000. So I appreciate that. Go ahead and run me up to 1,000 again, trolls. Everybody smash the like button. It's a beautiful time to be alive. We got some trolls in the building. They are most likely dehydrated. So I want everybody in chat to go to the nearest source of filtered water. Put it to your lips and do like this. You see, God created us in His image. Because of that, we gotta recognize we got the most powerful source inside of us, right? And we gotta act upon that. See, it's a whole lot of lanes to take in this world. You can take that lane, this lane, that lane, this lane. However, it's a lane ordained inside of your spirit that will have you on the most rightful path. Stay on that path, man. You got trolls coming out the woodwork. They're gonna say this, they're gonna say that. But Angelo ain't say nothing wrong, Aiden. He been real. Capsule out here trolling, and Angelo, that's my homie, so he telling Capsule what he telling Capsule. I'm gonna break up with her as soon as she come home. I think I need to start dating older women whom this shit ain't it. The truth is, you're gonna find out it's not about the age of the woman. It's not about the age of the woman. It's about her relationship with God, to be honest. You just gotta figure out what's her relationship with God. Most of these women in the modern day age, their relationship with God is most likely through the Christian religion. See, y'all know, I believe in Yeshua, Yahweh Shai, I believe in Jesus. You feel me? However, I don't believe in Christianity. I don't believe in the church fathers, aka the people who put together the compilations after the passing of Yahweh Shai. I don't believe in their story. I've studied it. I've seen the history of it. They're not even first-hand sources, nor are they second-hand sources. It's just a bunch of haters talking about a man that they hated. You feel me? And that's the reality. However, I do believe in the collections of evidences and references and quotations from the Bible that took place before those people got their hands on it, which there are quite a many of it. Anything from 1st century and before 1st century that had to do with the Bible, even what comes from 1st century that has to do with the New Testament, I'm open to believing. However, I am majorly a person who believes in the Torah, and I'm gonna just keep it real, which is the Old Testament. So it is what it is. I don't got time for somebody who's like me personally. Like, I think it's very obvious why, like, for a man and a woman to coexist, there has to be a leader. period. So I think it's very obvious why the woman goes into the position of the helpmeet. I think it's very obvious. However, we live in a society today that, at the end of the day, that could be your telltale if things will work out in the long run or not. The reality is, if you're a man and you coexist with another person and you don't take the leadership position, you're gonna fucking crash out your biology. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna fail. It's just what it is. When it comes to this reality, you're gonna fail. It's just the truth. Um, so I don't think it's about the woman being older or younger. Yeah, it's you. It's your wisdom. You gotta live in your wisdom, brother. You can't give off hood nigga vibes. See, because a lot of times women want to be around hood niggas because they know that nigga is not gonna really try to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? They're like, whatever. This is just, I mean, they don't really think it's a nigga that's gonna lead them. How you doing, Wendy? Read all your comments, but you got good mentality and speaking on good side. You know what? After all, you're not a bad person. I thought you might be a shitty guy based off your look. Damn. I appreciate that, Capsule. You know what? It's okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I understand that um, my image is crazy in the media. You know what I mean? When you see people who are typically looking like me or coming from my type of background in life, unfortunately, they act a fool. I'm not trying to act a fool. I'm trying to get the answers. I'm trying to discover the answers. I'm trying to uncover the answers. And at the end of the day, the only thing I know for sure is God is real, and that's what it is. And not only that, I know that the Bible has great wisdom beyond human wisdom. So I know that God has an influence on the Bible, and that's what it is. That's what I base my life off of, and that's where I'm developing the foundation of my life, because I believe from what I've studied and understood from the Bible, the many stories, especially Old Testament, I believe that if I follow in line with those ideals, I believe that I'm gonna establish a strong, firm foundation, and I will live a life that, isn't wicked, for one, and for two, that I've developed some sort of control, at least over my own personal environment. You know what I'm saying? Under God, of course. She told me I remind her of Kevin Gates. Like, nah, that ain't fresh. Yes, brother, keep doing what you're doing and educating people on good things as an older brother. I appreciate that. If I get compared to anyone that was in the industry, nah, I don't want to get compared to nobody in the industry. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the industry is full of people who are only promoted because even if they have certain good qualities about them, I feel like what makes them get promoted is the fact that they have a disqualifying flaw. Like, for instance, when it comes to Josh Sack, he had a God complex. Straight up. X had a God complex. We know it. That's why he put himself in the front line like that. It's because he believed that, you know what I'm saying? He believed that it wasn't nothing above him to take that burden. You feel me? He believed that he had to be the one to take that burden, and it got him where it got him. We have to learn a lesson from that. Also, his relationship with women, we can tell he had that type of complex. Me personally, I will never, ever, 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 ever hold a woman hostage to me. Period. When I see that there's disagreement going on, I'm gonna just let them know, and I'm gonna give them all their right and their ability and open clarity that, hey, look, we have different ideas of things. You can choose yours and I can choose mine, and boom, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna try to convince them that I'm right. I'm not gonna try to convince them that they're wrong, because I just don't even believe in that. I don't believe that we live in a world where that makes sense to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, in reality, there's options out here for all of us. That's just the reality. And if you don't have a agreeing mindset, and you can't work as a unit towards, the same ideals, then that's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, and you definitely shouldn't take someone's time, waste someone's time, and try to convince them reasons why they should be a hostage to you. It doesn't make sense. You need to just go ahead and continue to build and develop and establish your ministry. You feel me? And what is your ministry? Your ministry is the life path that you're choosing to walk in and what you're choosing to believe in. Because what you believe in, you should make it clear and known to your surroundings. Because at the end of the day, you want to attract surroundings that believe in what you believe in. Because that's the only way that you can really get that total effort. And that total effort will wreck something beautiful in this world. I don't have time to be boom boom. Like, we're not playing tug of war. What are we playing tug of war for? That's crazy. It's a crazy idea to me. What are we playing tug of war for? So I don't really think I think at the end of the day, if you want to see good role models, you can look in the Bible, look at the prophets. I mean, look at a person like Job. Like, Job was the greatest example because, see, Job had great faith towards the Most High, and because of that, he was protected. Not only was he protected, he was established. He established himself very, very well. However, Job had great faith, but it didn't mean that his sons did. It didn't mean that his family around him did. But when tempted, although his sons were not protected because they were not Job, he still stood on business and he was still following that path of God. That just tells you that, listen, you can't guarantee that everyone around you is going to, the same thing with Lot and Lot's wife. You can't guarantee that everyone around you is going to walk that straight path, is going to bow out in respect and give faith and honor the Lord. But that's what this journey is about. See, this journey isn't about the possessions on the earth. This journey is about maintaining your connection with the higher power, because at the end of the day, you came in here alone. You're going to leave here alone. The only thing, what put you here? That's what I ask people, right? People think it's just a random occurrence. No, I believe that God put me here. And I believe when I go, I'm going to be with God. But what I know is it's not going to be a human being pulling my strings in the next life. Yeah, my parents had some sex and then I was born. I appreciate them that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, what else? You take supplements before the gym. If I take supplements before the gym, I'm gonna take B12. Maybe my beetroot too. Maybe some L-arginine as well. It depends. I think I'm gonna start taking my supplements before the gym, but I typically try to take them after the gym. I think it's better after the gym because I feel like after the gym, your body is just more receptive to everything that goes into it. Yeah, you're right. You did tell me that. And I said, because maybe I was saying stop judging, because at the end of the day, let's be real. Maybe at that point in time in life, maybe I had a slight God complex. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, anytime you're standing with respect for yourself, but you're not also respecting, like I was operating in less openly. You know what I mean? Openly and freely. And to be honest, I had ideas of what I wanted to establish in life, and it had nothing to do with submission to the Most High. So at the end of the day, when you're operating in that way, you're operating in a God complex yourself, and it is what it is, So maybe that's why I felt that way. Lucifer complex, meaning he thought he could do it better. Yeah, that's unfortunate. See, me, I know in reality that I'm blind outside of asking for and receiving from the voice of God. You feel me? I know that. I factually know that. If it wasn't for asking for and receiving from the voice of God, I don't even know what I would be doing right now at this moment in life. It probably wouldn't be anything constructive. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, and that's important to know. It's very important to know, because when you don't know that, hold up, let me turn up my brightness. It's hella. I don't know why it's looking hella dim. But yeah, I don't even know what I would be doing. But at the end of the day, when I look at the world in general, like, I'm good. I'm good. I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done that. There's nothing to it. It's nothing to it, you know? It's nothing to it. Instead of learning his lessons not to control women, he was, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. See, that when I see that a man is trying to control women is out of balance for sure. It's out of balance. But see, they look at the other half of that and they believe that the reality is, look, bro, if you and somebody aren't aligned, all you need to do is remain control over yourself. It's really that simple. Remain control over yourself, continue to go in your direction, and allow the separation to happen. It's really that simple. All of that extra shit, like, you are not her coach. You have to recognize that you are never going to come into somebody's life that's an adult and change the construct of who they are. It's never going to happen. It's not worth it. It's a waste of time, and it's an effort of small faith, just in general. How you doing, Abby? Every starry night. At the doctor with your mom, I hope all is well. I hope all is well. She's in my prayers for sure. I got back into that Bible for the first time in a long time yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. And we back into it. We gotta stay in that Bible every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gotta work on that every starry night. You know, we stand in that Bible day to day because, you know, I'm not trying to participate in whatever, you know, this current plan is. I'm not trying to participate in it. Like, when I look at the world and I imagine the possible directions we're going in and we're attempting to go in, I'm not really trying to participate in it. I'm good off of that. Like, I'm just good off of it. I'm good off of it. Even the current state of being, I'm good off of it. I'm just really good off of it. I don't see any positive. You feel me? It seems very inhumane to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap it. It seems inhumane. You know, human beings, humanity has been what it is for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. The reality is, back in the day, less people died and were casualties of war than today. Look at what's going on in Russia and Ukraine. You feel me? Look what's going on between China and Taiwan. Like, we're acting like we're making life better because more people are distracted watching TV. But actually, there's way more atrocious things going on today than it was way back in the day. Way back in the day. Now, you can say what happened with, Genghis Khan, you know what I mean? That was back in the day. It wasn't really way back in the day, though, but it was back in the day. It was crazy, wiping out the majority of the Earth's population. But you also have to recognize the historical flaw in that statement. You have to recognize that the Americas were not discovered back then. And that's just how ignorant human records are. And it's why I don't believe in science or history too much. It's because they still stick with the narrative that Genghis Khan wiped out, 75% of the world's population at that time. But there were whole continents that the people on those continents weren't even recorded yet. So just we just have to really just think about it. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and you got to be like, why are people lying so boldly? And then you got to ask yourself if you want to participate in that bullshit. We got into an argument last night. She started an argument when I was trying to have a conversation about the Bible. So I'm not gonna lie, I cussed her the fuck out and told her to be quiet. She gotta leave my house tonight. I feel like that's demonic energy. Her trying to deny God. Well, whatever sits in your spirit, whatever is sitting in your spirit, that's between you and God, and y'all have that conversation and do whatever must come out of that. At the end of the day, we live in a sick, twisted society. We live in a sick, twisted time period. It's very strange. Like, I can really attest to the fact that 100%, um, it's weird, but a man's life would be a lot easier if he emasculated himself, in today's time period. And that's very strange. That's something that you have to really question at times. Why would we ever live in a time period where a man's life would be easier if he emasculated himself? That sounds like the work of the devil. You know what I mean? It sounds like the work of the devil. I'm good off of that. That sounds like some Sodom and Gomorrah in the making. And I'm good off of that shit. If the Lord tell me leave the city, I'm gonna leave the city. I'm not trying to get sodomized. I'm good off of that. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't have cussed her out personally. I think that was, you let your emotions get the best of you. Um, that's something. So always remember, in all conflict, think about your part of it and try to improve that, because you can't make another person improve their part of it. And it's just a waste of energy even focusing on what they might need to improve, but focus on what you can improve. You definitely shouldn't have cussed her out. I don't want to leave because she know I got, and if I kick her out, she gonna be out here in a sick world. Well, the Bible does say that you're better off in the wilderness than sharing a home with a contentious woman. You know what I mean? That's not verbatim, but nothing in the Bible is verbatim. It's all been translated. But if you read whatever verse I'm talking about, which I can't say off the top of the head, just look up Bible verse about being better off in the wilderness than with. I'm pretty sure it does use the word contentious in the English Standard Version or in the King James Version. But basically, it's better to be in the wilderness than to build a home with someone that is, going against the direction that you feel through God you should be going in. So you got to keep that in mind. It is what it is. You feel me? It is what it is. It just really is what it is. Starry or something else just for absolutely, yeah, starry. We gotta remember that's starry now. Ooh, step back. And it is what it is. I mean, you have people who will say, hey, that's misogynist. Well, at the end of the day, if we're gonna be completely honest, the Bible is not misogynist. It's really not misogynist. Well, there's certain parts of it that I would say is a little bit, but we can't say it's misogynist, though. We can't say the Bible was misogynist, because if the Bible was misogynist, there would be no speaking of a Proverbs woman. It's just, at the end of the day, you can pick pieces out of things, and then you can attach your lack of understanding to it, and then you can highlight it as something that it's not, whenever anyone is being fully authentic with where they stand on something. So of course, when God was being fully authentic on where he stood with certain things, it also left room for people to do that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. If anybody is going to stand and boldly speak what they authentically feel, someone else is going to be able to pick it apart and place a label on it. It's just how it works. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I ain't a Buddhist. I'm surely not Islamic. I'm not gonna say I chose to be a Bible guy. But the Bible chose me, and it is what it is. It's brought me much comfort in life, and although I do see some things in the Bible, and I question the translation, I definitely question the translation of a lot of things in the Bible. at the end of the day, it has a lot of good wisdom. You feel me? And it is what it is. You gotta remember to put yourself first. Can't let someone drag you down with them. That's a fact. That's a big fact. You have to. It's just the only way, my brother. Like, let's be real. You don't know if she just staying with you because it's convenient. She could be just staying with you because it's convenient. But at the end of the day, anytime you can't live with somebody where you having like serious arguments with. It's just not worth it. It's bad for both participants' health. And honestly, it shows a lack of maturity, you know? Because a disagreement should just be like, okay, we don't agree. And then you decide if you're gonna compromise. And then after you decide you're not or you are gonna compromise, you go into the direction of whatever decision you made. And it's just that. In a second, I'll be listening though. I'm actually about to go too because my laundry is about to be ready and finished. And I don't want to leave it in the laundry room because I don't want nobody to take my laundry out. I would be pretty upset. So much love, peace, positivity. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm probably going to listen to a little bit of Bible study. You know what I mean? I felt very shameful yesterday. And I'm just trying to get rid of that shame, you know? So much love, peace, positivity. Y'all be easy. I'm out.